Welcome to Stillworks and Brewing. I'm Randy. Today we're going to do something just a little bit different, kind of. Me and my wife was sitting around trying to figure out, we had a keg just getting ready to go empty, so we figured out what we want next. And she reminded me that October's coming up and it'd be time for a pumpkin ale, and I thought, why not a pumpkin whiskey? I've never tried it, so this will be interesting. Let's see what happens. Okay, so what we're going to start off with, I come up with this recipe. I based it off of my pumpkin ale recipe. So I got 165 degree water in the mash tun. I'm going to add in some grains, and then we'll see where it goes. Okay, I mashed in my grains, set my temperature is 155, which so that's at the top of the scale, and it will naturally cool down. So it should drop down to be perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this up. I'm going to leave it in here for about 90 minutes, let the starch conversion go on, and then what we'll do is to mix this into our fermentation. You know, we'll sparge the grains all out. We'll mix this in our fermentation with pumpkin. Yeah, and then we'll probably end up adjusting our final gravity with a little bit of sugar to get it up to about to the sweet spot of 1.090 or 95. Okay, so I'll see you back in about 90 minutes. Okay, while we're waiting on this starch conversion to take place, I wanted to find out what the specific gravity of 1 pound of pumpkin is. So we're going to have 1 gallon of water, and 1 pound of pumpkin, and then we should be able to find out what the specific gravity is, and then we can make calculations from there. So we'll do. I'm thinking it's not going to be too awful much, but we'll find out. They get this mixed up. It's been nice to use fresh pumpkin, but that's not available yet. Okay. so that's one gallon of water and one pound of pumpkin puree. So we'll put a couple drops on there. And as I suspected, it's very little sugar, not even enough to speak of. So at least we know that for our calculations on the grain. So what I'm going to end up doing is, once we get the starches done in this, we'll put them in here, fill full of water, and then what we'll do is we'll use a little bit of table sugar to get us up to 1.090, the sweet spot, and we'll be back. Okay, so I got 4 pounds of pumpkin puree mixed in here, and by my calculations I'm going to need 4 to 6 pounds of table sugar to get it up. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix that in. Get that all to dissolve. So then we'll be able to get our put in here, and then we'll be back. Okay, let's see if we got our starch conversions. Shit. Alright, let's see if we got our starch conversion. Put a drop in there. Whoop, didn't get any. Okay, so see the drop in there? And you kind of shake around, it all disappears. Okay, so we know the conversion has taken place. Okay, so we're going to sparge out the grains into our pumpkin mixture there, and then once this drains out once, we'll mix some hot water back into the mash tun, and then we will finish sparging this out till we collect about 6 gallons of mash. Then we'll be back. Okay, let's see what we got. Put a couple drops on our refractometer. Okay, we're at 1.075. So I think what we're going to do is put in a couple more pounds of the table sugar, like we thought. I think about half this bag. That should bring us back up to where we need to be. So I'll get this mixed in, then we'll come back. Okay, I mixed another 2 pounds of table sugar in there, and I'm up to 1.095, so that should be beautiful. Okay, so once this gets down to about 80 degrees, I'll put in some the daddy's yeast, and we'll let that ferment, and then we'll go for about a week to 10 days. And then I'm going to be doing a little bit of different way of distilling. I'll run through a pot still, and we'll get some spices all mixed in, so this will be pretty interesting. So as a recap of what we did, I used 13 pounds of grain, and then put that into 165, or actually it was into 165, so I dropped it back to 155 once I put the grains in. So then after that, we let that do the starch conversion for about an hour and a half, 90 minutes, not about an hour and a half. So then, meanwhile, we put 4 pounds of pumpkin puree into the fermenter, and we added 4 pounds of table sugar at that time. So then once the grains got done converting, of course we did a starch test and tested that. So we added that into the fermenter, and we found out we needed to add 2 more pounds of table sugar to get her up to 195. So we'll let that ferment, and then we'll be back to distill it. So this ought to be interesting. And just one quick note, I think distilling, home distilling, is taken after the craft beer market, of doing a little bit different things, you know, and that's what's so great about this hobby, is that you can try some different stuff and hopefully they'll work out and we get some pretty interesting taste. Yeah, because just like beer, they got some fantastic ones out there, and craft spirits, we're going to get some fantastic ones out there too. So I'm very looking forward to what this is going to be like. I would imagine it's going to be good. So enjoy the adventure. We'll see you later. Bye.